Welcome to the Inside Look. I'm Ken Bykoff. The Hoosiers return to the field this Saturday in Foxborough, Massachusetts, hoping to pick up their second win of the season. Their opponent this week will be the University of Massachusetts Minutemen, a program that is playing just its second game as a football subdivision member. Here's what you need to know about UMass. In its opener versus Connecticut last week, the Minutemen were downright awful. They gained a total of 59 yards all day. They rushed for a total of 9 feet, not yards, feet, and they failed to score a point. That said, UMass has been a 500 program the last 2 years, and the Minutemen boast plenty of experience playing FBS opponents. They've played an FBS team in 12 of the last 13 years, and they've lost 5 of their last 7 FBS games by just 10 points or fewer. Back in 2010, they gave Michigan all it could handle in a 42-37 UMass loss. In other words, this program has proven to be competitive. So what are some of the keys for the Hoosiers this weekend? First off, IU must play fast on defense and be aggressive. The Minutemen have moved from a pro style to a spread offense this season, and the Hoosiers certainly are familiar with the various aspects of the spread attack. Earlier this week, head coach Kevin Wilson said the Hoosiers have turned in some of their best practices since he arrived in Bloomington, and one of the reasons has been IU's familiarity with their opponent's scheme. Indiana's defense has to flow to the ball quickly and recognize plays as they develop to set the tone early. Number 2, the Hoosiers must turn UMass into a one-dimensional team. The Hoosier coaching staff respects UMass's running game, which will rely on Michigan transfer Michael Cox to pick up yards. But UMass only gained 3 yards on the ground last week, and the Minutemen are clearly getting used to the speed and strength of the FBS defensive lines. If the Hoosiers can limit UMass's run game and force the Minutemen to mount an attack in the air, IU could be in business. UMass starts a redshirt freshman at quarterback, and Mike Wegson's accuracy was an issue last week. Finally, play fast on offense. The Hoosiers were at their best last week when they picked up the pace offensively and didn't waste a lot of time between snaps. Now, that isn't to say the Hoosiers should play out of control, but against a program that is still adjusting to the speed of the game, Indiana should be able to bust off some big gains if it plays fast and doesn't allow UMass to catch its breath. Now, here's a final fun fact. Earlier I mentioned UMass gained just 3 yards on the ground last week versus UConn. Now, UMass's stats don't count in the NCAA's official listings this season because the team is making its transition to the FBS level, but if the stats did count, UMass still wouldn't boast the worst rushing offense in the country after week 1. That sad distinction belongs to Western Michigan, which ran for a negative 6 yards in its opening game versus Illinois. The Hoosiers kick off against UMass at 3:30 Eastern this Saturday, and the game will be televised online only at ESPN3. For the Inside Look, I'm Ken Bykoff.